بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. وعن ابن عمر رضي الله عنهما قال سن رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم صلاة السفر ركعتين وهو تمام غير قصر والوتر في السفر سنة رواه ابن ماجه. Narrated from Ibn Abbas and Ibn Umar رضي الله عنهما, he said that Nabi Akram has uh, made sunnat, the salat of journey, 2 rakats, and they are complete, not short. And witr in the safar is sunnah, right? So what does it mean here? It means now it is complete and not short, means that the actual salah in Safar is 2 rakats. And not that the salah is 4 rakats and because of Safar it's been made 2. Rather that the actual salah in Safar is 2 rakats. Right. And then saying a witr is sunnah means that it is established from the sunnah. Right. Otherwise, according to Ahnaf, witr is wajib. وعن مالك بلغه أن ابن عباس كان يكسر الصلاة في مثل ما يكون بين مكة والطائف وفي مثل ما بين مكة وعسفان ومثل ما بين مكة وجدة قال وذلك 4 برود رواه في المؤتة. From Malik, it makes it and he makes it rich that Ibn Abbas used to make Qasr Salah in the likeness of that which is between Makkah and Taif, in the likeness that which is in Makkah and Usfan, and in the likeness that which is in Makkah and Jeddah. And he said that is 4 buruds, right? So 4 buruds, they say, works out to about 48 miles, right? 48 miles, right? Then we have, when you say here now that's 4 buruds, then it will be the Allah's journey. Makkah and Jeddah will be 4 buruds, not the others, right? 48 miles, yeah. So from this, what we understand here, the ulama right here, that there is no definite limit, right, or kilometers that the safar is, right? There's no exact amount, right? And the ulama they've made ijtihad and they have pondered and they have fixed certain distances, right? And if you look at Imam Shafi, Imam Malik, and Imam Ahmad, they also say 16 farsakh, which also comes up to 48 miles, right? Imam Bani Rahmatullah, he's saying 3 days journey, right? 3 days journey of the shortest day from after Fajr, or rather from after Fajr, right until Zohar, right? And that's 1 day traveling, right? And Imam Abu Yusuf Hamla say 2 and most of the 3rd day, that will amount to a qasr again, right? So if you look at all 4 imams, their miles are working out the same. They're using different methods of getting there, but they're working out to the same amount, right? وعن البراء قال صحبت رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم 18 سفرا وما رأيته ترك ركعتين إذا زاغت الشمس قبل الظهر رواه أبو داود الترمذي وقال هذا حديث غريب. From Bara radiallahu anhu said, I accompanied Nabi Akram on 18 journeys and not see him leave out the 2 rakats when the sun moved up the zenith before Zohar. Abu Dawud Tirmidhi and they say this hadith is gharib, right? So what is that? It could be 2 rakats before the faraz of Zohar, right? And it could also be a 2 rakats of tahiyatul wuzu, right? Right. وَالنَّافِعُ رَجَلَ قَالَ إِنَّ عَبْدَ اللَّهِ رحمة الله قال إن عبد الله بن عمر كان يرى ابنه عبيد الله يتنفل في السفر فلا ينكر عليه رواه مالك. From Nafi Rahmatullah, he said that indeed Abdullah ibn Umar saw his son Ubaidullah making nafil in Safar, so he did not object against him. So it's possible that he was reciting Sunnat Mu'akkada, right? So if you look at another hadith there, Ibn Umar got upset when the people were making nafil, right? So what you're going to say here is just that he didn't object against his son because there was sufficient time. there was sufficient time to do your sunnah muakkada. You understand? And if there's time to make your sunnah muakkada, you must make your sunnah muakkada, right? But when they, and the place where you objected against those people making nafil was because the time was short. You understand it? And also, he doesn't want to be seen as أَرَأَيْتَ الَّذِي يَنْهَى عَبْدًا إِذَا صَلَّى. You will see that person who prevents the servant when he is making salah. So if a person is making his extra salahs, then you won't object against him, right? Right, now Babul Jum'ati, right? This day is called Jum'ah because all the ingredients, right, was gathered of Hazrat Adam alayhi salatu wasalam. All the ingredients to make him was gathered, right? And some say this is called the day of Jummah because on this day Hazrat Adam alayhi salam was taken out of Jummah and he was put on the earth. And on this day, rather after he was taken out of Jannah and put on the earth, this day he met up, he made Jama. In other words, he met up, right? What Hazrat Hawa alayhi salam on earth. There are other reasons also. Some say that this is the day where the people gather for Salatul Jummah, therefore it's called Yawmul Jummah. In Jahiliyyat, this Jummah was called Aruba, right? And they used to also, in Zamani Jahiliyyat, they used to also understand this day as a honorable day. We know the benefit in reciting Salah with Jama'ah, and therefore, at least that once in a week, when all the people come and they gather in the Jami Masjid, and they all gather, and that will show the shan and the greatness of Islam. In the previous ummahs also, they were also given a order to make ibadat on this day, but they, because of their bad luck and their stubbornness, they made ikhtilaf, and then they were given the opportunity to choose a day. So the Jews chose Saturday because that was the first day, that was the day when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala finished off with the creation of Hazrat Adam alayhi salam. No, they gathered, they met. Yeah, yeah, all right. And the Christians chose Sunday because that was the beginning of the creation. You understand? They Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created Adam, started creating him on the Sunday, right? Right. Let's see what else I got here. So you got the ayah, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu idha nudiya lis-salati min yawmil jumu'ati fas'aw ila dhikrillahi wa dharul bay'. O you people who believe, when you are called to salah on the day of Jummah, then hasten towards the remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, leave out sales, right? Hasten towards the remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will mean that a person must start preparing and getting ready for Jummah. Right? And Zikrullah, yeah, what is mentioned is that either Salah of Jummah and the Khutbah, right? So the Salat of Jummah is Farz Ain, right? Because there's sufficient ahadith and Quran Majid ayats and the Ijma of the Ummah to show that it is, and it's one of the Shair of Islam, right? And also a person who rejects the Farziyat of Jummah is a kafir, and a person who leaves out Jummah without an excuse is a fasik, right? ونبي هريرة رضي الله عنه قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم نحن الآخرون السابقون يوم القيامة بيد what do you got there? B بيد Okay. فإذا أنهم أوتوا الكتاب من قبلنا وأوتينا هو من بعدهم ثم هذا يومهم الذي فرض عليهم يعني يوم الجمعة فاختلفوا فيه فهدانا الله له والناس لنا فيه تبع اليهود غدا والنصارى بعد غد متفق عليه. Therefore, Abu Hurairah said, Nabi Akram says, we are the ones who came last and we will be first on the day of Qiyamah. Despite the fact that they were given the Kitab before us and we were given the Quran after them, then this day which it has been made faraz upon you, that is the day of Jummah, they differed in regards to it. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guided us to it and the people are following us in it. The Jews tomorrow and the Christians the day after tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday, right? متفق عليه. إن وفي رواية المسلمين قال نحن الآخرون الأولون يوم القيامة ونحن أول ما يدخل الجنة فإذا أنهم فذكر نحوه إلى آخره. Right. In another riwayat for Muslims that we are the ones who came last and will be the first on the day of Qiyamah. We will be the first of those who enter Jannah despite the fact that they. Then he mentions similar to the previous hadith till the end. وفي أخرى له in another hadith from him عنه وعن حذيفة قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم في آخر الحديث نحن الآخرون من أهل الدنيا والأولون يوم القيامة المقضية لهم قبل الخلائق. Right. That neither from him and from Uzaifa, they both said that Nabi Akram said in the end of the hadith, we are the last of the people of dunya and the first on the day of Qiyamah. Our Hisab Kitab will be done before the other creations. Okay, leave it till there. So what we'll do tomorrow, we'll just go over some points there. Where you said Ismail is here?